Welcome to the Canned Wine Podcast, where we open cans of wine and talk about it. This is Season 3, Episode 10. This season, we are bringing you the world in a can. Today, we are taking you to Monterey, California. And do you know the way to Monterey? Well, we'll figure that out later. Our wine nerd word of the week is minerality. And that is a flavor in wine, or flavors or aromas that suggest minerals as opposed to the organic compounds. So this can taste like, it doesn't sound very appealing, chalk, iron, steel, like a steely taste. So that is minerality. And today we have a very special guest coming all the way from Saskatchewan, Regina, Saskatchewan to be exact. Are you there, Catherine?
I sure am, Brad.
Oh, it's great to have you back here. And you probably are the only person in Saskatchewan with this particular wine, and that's fantastic. We're glad that you're helping us out with this. Can you introduce our can of the week?
Yeah, I'd love to. So this week we are going to be opening and talking about the Spanish White Blend from Maker. This is a 250 ml can, and it says actually 12% alcohol on their website, but 13% alcohol on the can. So I'm going to go with the 13% on the can. And this is a white wine blend that is highlighting Spanish varietals. They're calling it a complex mashup. So I'm excited to crack this one open and give it a sip.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and the winemaker is Miguel of Lepe Cellars in Monterey. And on the website at Makers, they have a full bio on him. But just to give you the basic background, he was finishing his degree in business and decided that he wanted to get into winemaking. His family wasn't in winemaking and weren't even drinking, but he thought it would be good. So he went in, took a viticulture degree, and turns out he's a very good winemaker. So that's interesting. Now, it comes all from grapes grown in the Monterey County AVA, and this is a coastal area just south of San Francisco. Now, this particular variety, as you alluded to, is 46% Albarino, 36% Verdejo, and 18% Grenache Blanc. Hopefully my pronunciation was decent. He used minimal intervention winemaking, meaning that he uses natural yeasts and just guides it along step by step, and it's not particularly rushed. But he does have some very good results. In fact, this one was a gold medal winner at the 2024 International Canned Wine Competition, and that's a little bit north of there in Mendocino County. And we got this one from Maker Wines. It was part of their early summer pack that they send out. They have a quarterly service where they send you 12 cans of wine in the mail, which, I mean, you can't get that in Saskatchewan, but we certainly can here in New York. It's a really good service. And you can pick out which ones you get. Maker Wines, they specialize in artisan wines, small producers like Lepe Cellars. I think they produce about, I think they said a few hundred barrels, maybe a few hundred barrels each season of very selected wine. So we're really excited to be opening that. And that brings us to the point in the episode where we actually open the can and take a look at it. Are you ready there?
I sure am, yeah. I'm excited to open this one. They describe it on their website as it smelled like walking on the pavement after a summer sun shower. And I got to say, well into November on the prairies, I'd be very happy to recreate a summer sun shower. So, yeah, let's go. Let's get this one open.
Okay. A nice opening. What color are you seeing there, Catherine?
It's a really pretty golden yellow, actually. It's the can is shades of yellow, and I can kind of see maybe why they chose that design for the can, because the wine itself is definitely a golden yellow hue. And it actually, when they're describing it as walking in a sun shower, it does have that kind of bright summery look to it. It's very pretty. It seems like it's got a little bit of, I don't know, I wouldn't call it fizz exactly, but a bit of lightness maybe to it when I was pouring as well.
Could be. Sometimes when you pour it, you get a bit of air in there. I'm seeing a bit of legs on this one. So are you smelling it, or what are your thoughts?
Well, they talk about white blossom on their website. I don't know what that means, but it says apples, lemon, and honeysuckle. I definitely am getting the apples, and I don't know if I would say lemon exactly, but citrus.
Okay.
Kind of
take a little taste and see.
For sure. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I'll give them apples, that's for sure.
For sure, apples. Yeah.
What?
I think the smell of apples and citrus really is actually the taste that you get.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very crisp and clean.
Yeah, they also hinted at a touch of minerality. I'm not tasting that so much, but are you?
I would say not so much either.
It's pretty. No. It is a pretty.
But honestly, one of the things I appreciate about Makers, they have on their site that they're not wine snobs. I'm going to take that as they're not going to judge me for not really understanding what minerality is. So maybe I'm tasting it and I just don't know.
Okay. Well, that's great. I'm going to be pairing this with some butter chicken. Do you have any thoughts on that? What would you pair it with?
Well, I'm having it tonight with my dinner, which is a pasta that has a butternut squash and sage, sort of mixed walnuts and feta cheese. But I feel like it would have gone really well with my lunch, which was a nice, I made grilled cheese with some really great country white sourdough and old cheddar and some Granny Smith apples. And that and this wine and a nice salad on the side, I think would be perfect.
Well, that sounds tremendous. Well, thank you for joining us today on the Canned Wine Podcast. As we are wrapping it up here, I'm going to give a shout out to our friend Brett. Cool hat. That was fun for the visit. And also to our Spotify listeners, join us on YouTube, where you can see how it looks and judge the color yourself. And for our head scratcher, as we wrap it up here, the answer to last week's head scratcher, Table Mountain, can be seen from the vineyards where the Lubensee Chenin Blanc is grown. And our question for this week is, what number of highway goes through Monterey? I encourage you to get out your maps and take a look. Again, thanks for joining us today, Catherine, and I hope you're enjoying your wine up there in good old Saskatchewan. I'm going to close up.
Yeah, I'm very much enjoying it. Thanks.
Great. I'm going to close and thank everyone for tuning into the Canned Wine Podcast, where we open cans of wine and talk about it. Remember to enjoy responsibly, and just because it comes in a can doesn't mean you can drink and drive. The Canned Wine Podcast is a Center Stage production, all rights reserved.